Hi and welcome to Makeup Mugwump. My name is Leanne. It's Saturday. Let's get ready. Mr. Mugwump is still wallowing in the bed, so we're gonna keep our voice down. Also, when he gets up, there'll be lots of dogs, so we'll look forward to that. So I have, it's wash day. Can I tell you how lovely wash day is? So hair's gonna air dry today. And last week, I tried something different. I did curls with a flat iron, which I have never done before, and really liked it. So we'll probably try that again today. You won't see it on this video, but you might on the next one. So let's try flat iron curls today. If you haven't done that, either in a while or ever, give it a try. The curls stayed for a week, and that's unusual for my hair. I didn't use any hairspray or anything like that. I typically don't use much hair product. The only hair product I really use is dry shampoo. Well, when I wash, I put in a leave-in conditioner, and that's so that I can get the brush through my hair, the wet brush through my hair, you know. So we're gonna start with the Wet n Wild Glass Correct primer base. Oh, this is good. This is the green one, and I don't necessarily notice any redness canceling. I don't think the color is anything, but this is good. Very inexpensive. It's one of those new products that came out this month from drugstore. We're going to use Revlon Candid on our eyelids as eye primer today. So I have had a super busy week, and so I haven't filmed a lot, but I will have, I believe I have a couple things coming either today or tomorrow, so we'll have a haul soon on a couple of items that we got. And I got one item from my Ulta order that arrived completely shattered, and they shipped it out to replace it. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Camouflaunt. That's that glitter I'm not all about, but we'll try it. Not today. We're gonna try it. We're gonna use something else today, but we'll try that out at some point on my channel. Okay, today for foundation, let's do the Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Skin Tint. This is technically a tinted moisturizer. It's in the shade Light. It is beautiful packaging. It has 55 mils, which is 1.85 fluid ounces, so quite a large volume of product. It has a pump, yeah, let's do this. I have several more drugstore foundation-y, hydrator, tinted moisturizer products in my cart, but I haven't pulled the trigger on them yet. Y'all, there are so many new foundation products from the drugstore that are like hyaluronic acid in them and hydrating. Man, I don't know who told them all that this is what we wanted. I'm kind of glad that they did, because I enjoy, my face really does like hyaluronic acid. I use it every day just as part of my skincare, so a product that has it in it is always welcome over. But it is it's interesting to see all these light sheer coverage tinted moisturizer products from the drugstore. They're all doing it, so something must have happened last year that made them think, yep, this is the ticket. Okay, so this has almost no coverage. It evened out some of the redness, but there's not a lot else going on here. So if you are looking, and even then, like, you can still see a good amount of redness. If you're looking for a product for coverage, this is not the one for you. Let's do a little bit more just on my cheeks to see if any of it will build. It's not touted as any kind of foundation. It's a tinted moisturizer, and so it's not necessarily supposed to cover all the things. It's not designed to, but if we can get it to, that's a bonus. So just taking it on a sponge. This is a damp beauty sponge. This is one I got from Target a few years ago. It was in their like stocking stuffers for holiday season, and I picked one up and I really liked it. It's not hard, it grows pretty large, and it's really, really squishy, so I liked it very much. Went back and bought the other two that were still there. So this is the last of that bunch. I decided to treat myself. Y'all, there's no coverage. It doesn't matter if you're building it. None. There's no coverage on this. So, I mean, my skin feels nice, but I also used a sheet mask this morning and the whole thing. So my skin was gonna feel nice. All right. Well, there's that for you. Nothing there. Nothing there for coverage, but they're, see how red it is? Okay. Now we know. So we're gonna do a couple, let's do some concealer, some contour, and then we will get to, we'll do some coverage with the powder, I guess. That's what we'll do today. All right, let's use the Wet n Wild Highlight Contour Stick. I like the highlight in this. It's not shimmery in any way. It's just a brightener. It's more pink toned in this one. I have also the one in the NYX one. That one is more yellow. The contour in the NYX one is cooler than the contour in the Wet n Wild, but this contour also works really well. It's really nice. We'll do a little bit of this. I like the compactness of this product. I think it does a good job for what you get, and it blends pretty easily, and it looks really nice on the skin. Like, I like it a lot. I always go over everything with a sponge, like for base product afterwards anyway, but I like blending out that highlight with the sponge. See, it's not sparkly, it's not that kind of highlighter. Okay. You can see it on my forehead. It's hard on my cheeks because I don't have any coverage on my cheeks for you to see. All right, let's go concealer. And y'all, I'm not loving that Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. I'm gonna keep trying it, but first let's use the e.l.f. Flawless, whatever it's called. It's written in white on a blush packaging. It's very difficult to read. Flawless Brightening Concealer. It's a clicky. I had a smidge of Jecca Black on this morning. My color corrector for underneath my eyes. I only had it like right here where it was darkest. I didn't put it everywhere like I normally would have. I just put a smidge on today. So we'll blend the e.l.f. concealer in with the sponge. It's very brightening, which is good. That looks nice. I haven't quite figured out the way that I like to set this one. Haven't figured out the perfect combination yet, but I've got a lot of powders that I can try to set, you know, with it. I think I tried the NARS the last time, the pressed, the crystal whatever pressed powder, and it wasn't great. So we'll try something else today. I don't know what. We'll figure it out. Maybe Laura. Not Laura. Maybe Pat. Maybe we'll try Pat with this one. Okay. It's not bad. So let's try Pat. This is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. It's in light. It's powdery. It's a mess because I use this all the time. I love it very much. And we'll set that e.l.f. with, there's nothing like using like a super affordable concealer and setting it with a super high-end powder, or vice versa. But that's what you get here on my channel. We ain't all bougie, we ain't all drugstore, we're somewhere in the middle. I like what I like. Okay, we'll see how that wears today, because I'm not sure. I don't know how I like it. I was gonna set with the Halo Glow setting powder from e.l.f. This is in light. I have been trying that out this weekend. It's really nice because it's new, but with the lack of coverage on this hydrating, I mean, whatever it's called, tinted moisturizer, I'm gonna set with the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten foundation in Porcelain, and we're gonna actually we're gonna buff. We're gonna use a smaller brush than what I would normally use to set, and we're actually we're gonna use this as foundation today because the other one is not. It's not enough. It is a baked product, so it's domed up, and it is marbled, so you get a little bit of realistic coloring and variation in the color, but not noticeable to the, like, you're gonna mix it together, but you see what I mean. So I've got it on this side and not on that side. I'm still really freckly here, really hyperpigmented there, so I'm gonna take some and just focus it and concentrate it right there. And let's see if we can help that a little bit more. We are gonna put blush there. That's better. Yeah, there's just no coverage on that Revolution product, so we're not gonna get any. It's sitting beautifully on my skin though. It's not, it doesn't feel heavy, or it's just gonna hydrate my skin today, which is fine. I saw bonus Jonas. This is a Pat McGrath brush. I think it came in the kit that I got her. Primer, foundation, powder, loose setting powder, all that. I think this came in that kit. Got that quite a while ago. Okay. Better on the redness. Yeah, much better. And my skin looks glowy and healthy. So this is a lifesaver kind of product. You can use it lightly to set and it looks beautiful, or you can go heavy and buff like I did to to add coverage to make you look a little bit more put together. All right, I'm just gonna double check everything under there is real blended. Oh, let's set our eyelids too real quick. We'll use that same Pat McGrath powder. The Revlon Candid, I have one eye crease, and it will settle into that if I don't set it with the powder real quick. So we'll do that and just buff over that real quick. Okay. There's that. That looks nice, I think. It do. All right, we'll use our Whaley and Physicians Formula Demophachi here face palette. I want to use the Sunset bronzer. It's the cooler tone one. It can get dark if you go crazy. All of these butter bronzers from Physicians Formula can go dark if you concentrate your brush in it and you go ham. They can offer quite a bit of pigment, and they're beautiful products. I will blend in a moment. I'm going to use the blush called Wildflower. is such a pretty color. It's the more pinky mauve one in this kit. And yeah, like I think I used this bronzer, this blush. I have used this highlighter this week. It's okay. It's not super light. There's see that gold running through it. This got damaged on the way to me, so I had to like press it back in the pan. That's why it doesn't have the lovely design that the other items have. This highlighter is way too dark for me. It could be used kind of as I'm gonna say a bronzer topper, maybe summer if you want really glowy, just kind of tap back and forth. But this is not a bad palette for light skin. You just gotta know that you're gonna go a little light with your application and really consider the tools that you're using in order to do that. Let's highlight. I want to use the Complex Culture one that I got in my Ipsy. Let's highlight with, I think this shade is called Lucid here. It's kind of a white gold and like a champagne-y white gold. Let's see what we get here. Oh, that's impactful, isn't it? That's very nice. Yep. I have begun to really enjoy these Complex Culture products that I'm getting, and I'm starting to, when I get my Ipsy Choice, if they have one, I go ahead and get it, because so far I have been very pleased with the quality. I love the packaging. It is so satisfying, this packaging. All of the things match. It's well done, and I like it. So I highly recommend those Complex Culture products, but without like really knowing anything about what, if it says it on the list, I'll go ahead and drop it in, because it doesn't matter what the product is, I want to try it. So far I like everything. Okay, there's the base. Not much, not a ton of coverage, not full coverage, but I think very nice looking. I have some bad news. It's done. It's dead. I've killed it. It's been 3 weeks since Christmas. I got it in my stocking and it's already gone. So we're back to using up this mess. So we had a concerted effort here to use my setting sprays up, because I have too many. But we stopped to enjoy the one that came in my stocking. So we're back to Kat Von D Lock-It. We are very close. It's super low. But y'all, there was a whole lot in here. This was 4 ounces. That's a lot, yo. And then I combo it with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. This one smells better as I inhale it. We're using it up. We're gonna get these 2 out and then keep going. It's the year of the setting spray this year. Both of those dry pretty quickly, quicker than the Fix Plus. And they have really fine misters on both of them. I would be tempted to reuse this bottle for, you know, mixing setting sprays together in it, and because the mister is so good and so fine. Okay, that looks glowy and pretty. Good job, y'all. Let's do brows real quick. We'll use, you know, ye old faithful here. It Cosmetics Brow Power in Universal Taupe. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Okay, something looks funky on my forehead. I don't know what's going on there. Did I buff a little too hard? I don't know. My forehead normally doesn't give me trouble. How interesting. Hold on. Let's do a little bit of Laura Geller on a sponge. And let's see if that can take away that weirdness. That helps immensely. Mummy walks. Good morning, Puddin'. All right, let's use Benefit Gimme Brow, number 3. Hey, Moo, good morning. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Just a weird, I might have buffed a bit too hard on my forehead or whatever, and we had a bit of a moment. But a little bit of that Laura Geller on that wet sponge just pounced on top of that, makes it look a lot better. All right, eyeshadow palette of the day. It's the last one that I pulled for this week. It is a Morphe product. This is the 18T Truth or Bear. This is one of these deals. And I looked on their website today. This, I did not buy this off their website. I bought it, I think, at Ulta. But this is still available, and I think their 18 pans are like 12 bucks. So not a bad price. And this is not a bad palette. So it is pretty, it's pretty. So you can do a little bit of a burgundy kind of mulberry. I'm going to use some of these, I think, down here, a little bit cooler shades today, just because I prefer a cooler look. And but you can, I mean, there's very neutral shades in here as well, so you can get a pretty look out of here. Not too light, not too dark. It runs pretty good in the middle, and I appreciate it. I'm also going to pull my Viseart neutral mattes, because there are times when I need other shades. This is one of them. There is no kind of cream or white in this Morphe palette, so I'm going to use the cream in the Viseart to set our lids all the way down, and then we'll get started. So this is the second week of using a different eyeshadow palette every day for the year 2021. It's how I have decided to showcase the palettes in my collection to y'all, but also to get more use out of all of my collection, and to determine whether or not a palette should stay in my collection. And many times I have decluttered over the years many times. And so things that I do not like are gone, but things that I don't necessarily love but I like are still here. So this is going to be an exercise in really determining what works for me and what I actually love. And so that's what we're going to do. I will be filming my video that I recap all the palettes. It's called Palette Parade, and that will be filmed today. Usually I do that on, not usually, this is the second week. I'm planning to be doing that on the weekend to recap all of the palettes that I used the previous week. and show the looks that I did with them, and talk a little bit about whether or not I really love it. And if I need to declutter, that's when I'll do it. This palette has pigmentation, and it's typical Morphe browns, which they do very well. And they know that. That's why they have every palette in the rainbow that's a brown rainbow. They do a brown very well. I think this size palette is a good size. I do have a few Morphe 35 palettes. Some of them are older, and I have decluttered several of them over the years because they didn't do the thing. But the ones that I have the 35i, which is that beautiful like pastel. I love that palette, love that palette. It's one of my favorites. And I have the 35M, no, is it M? The Boss Mood one. I think it's M, the one with the greens that are so pretty. I like that palette too. So I have a couple that I have besides those that I need to really decide whether or not I love it, but those two will always be in my collection. I really like them a lot. Okay, so I think that's a pretty neutral look. There are some shimmers. Oh, it's powdering the pan like whoa, but so I used this in the upper transition and then this on the outer corner and into the crease. Just a real pretty gradient, kind of a cooler, not super cool, but cooler brown, rosy brown, I guess is how I would describe this. It's really, really nice. It's nice, nice, nice. Okay, so a couple of shimmers. Let's look at each of the ones that I'm considering, and then let's see what we got here. One much lighter than the other. One much rosier than the other. I think I like the one that is lighter, and that's this one here. Okay. So let's do that on the lid. Oh yes, that's nice. That's very nice. Oh, that's really, really nice. Wow, okay. I wasn't expecting that. That is much more metallic foiled. I just, on my fingertip, which is how I do every shimmer on my lid, is applied with my fingertip. It works so much better than a brush, in my opinion. And I don't mind doing it. There are some folks that don't like using their fingers for their eyeshadow, and I totally understand that. I do not mind, especially given the finish it gives me. I'm okay with that. I have to sneeze, I think. Tiny's like right here. Oh, I know why. He's in the shower. When he gets in the shower, they like don't know what to do with themselves. And so they'll seek me out, which is crazy because they normally don't. They are daddy's girls. Like he is alpha in this house, and they love him. Tiny will hang out with me. Can you hear? She will hang out with me, but she's not like all about me. My previous dog, I'm going to use the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in Supreme Rose Beam for an inner corner. My previous dog was mine before I met my husband, and he was all about me. Like, he was obsessed with me, and I was obsessed with him. And so the current dog population in this house, they're not obsessed with me, and I don't like that. I want them to be obsessed with me. I am the animal obsessed person in this house, and I mean any animal. Like, I love animals, and so my husband tolerates animals. Not tolerates. If I'm not here or he doesn't think I'm listening, he talks to them. Like, don't get me wrong, but he is not someone who's going to seek out animals. I will seek them out. Like, we went on our walk yesterday, and we met a new doggy, and like, I introduced myself to the dog on a walk. I'm that person, and he's like, oh my god. Yeah. All right, let's use one of these burgundies. Let's use the matte to line with. So I am like all about animals, and he is not, but I think well, it is my opinion that animals and children can tell a lot about a person, and they can tell you a lot about a person. And animals and children adore my husband. They adore me too, but you know, like, that's just because I'm one of them, both animal and child. But without him doing much, they're drawn to him, and I love that. He's good through and through. You know what I mean? Do you believe that animals know, like, if a person is a good person or not? Like, if my dogs don't like you, we probably got a problem. Literally, like, and they like everybody. But if they don't like you, I'm suspect. Immediately, I am suspect. Because I think animals can sense some things that humans can't. Okay. Burgundy eyeliner. Not bad. Okay, that's pretty. I like it. I think it looks nice. Let's do lashes real quick. And I am surprised at the shimmer. The matte's blended very well, but I think I'm surprised at the intensity of this shimmer in this Morphe palette. And I wasn't like, I love this palette. I was like, this is a decent palette. Using it again today, it's gone up in my esteem meter. Steameter. I like it, and I will not be getting rid of this one based upon its performance today. I think that's a nice eye. I think it's pretty. Beauty. Oh, the lashes. They are so snuffleupagus these days. That's a pretty highlighter too. That Compass Culture highlighter is very pretty. Oh, I just jacked these up. Come on, Leanne. Okay. Oh, I didn't choose. All right, let's use the Smashbox Superfan. It's like a football-shaped plastic wand. I don't know how to say this. Yoma Drama Bomb. This one smells so good, but it is clumpy if you use more than one coat for me. Okay, there's lashes. Done. I think it looks okay. I think it looks alright. I really like the glimmer of that shimmer in this. The glimmer of the shimmer. I like that a lot. Okay, I need to buff out right here. Sometimes I'll get weirdness around the nose. How's the under eye looking? Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's not complete, like you can see. It's not, I didn't do the Jecka Black all the way under. I just did a little bit in the inner here, and I can tell. then I probably should have done it all the way. But that's okay. All right, let us lip Jordana Easy Liner, and let's say it with me, Rock and Rose. That's all we have left, kids. That's it, is what's showing. Hello? That's all we have left. I'm also saving my empties so that I can tell you about what I've used up. Let's stop talking while we're doing this because we're gonna go mess. Okay. So close. I don't know that I have like, let's do this. This is the Tardis Lip Paint in OG. It is a favorite. Has a little chair wand, so it gets enough product. It's neutral, slightly cooler. Just ever so slightly cooler. This one is a favorite of mine. The formula is good. It stays a long time on my lips. It doesn't dry them out. It's not, you can't tell you're wearing anything after a little while. While it's drying, you can, but it's just such a good color for me. I love it so much. It stays right here in my lippies that I either want to use more or I really, really love. And I'm so happy that I found this color specifically. It looks really good. It is cooler than Child Star from the Too Faced Melted Mattes. Not as cool as Queen Bee from Melted Matte. Those are some of my go-tos for that. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I like it. I am very glowy, which is okay. It's from a combination of things. I think this product would be a good one for if you really are going for a no makeup look and you want to look like you're wearing no makeup, but you want just a little bit of glow and a little bit of tint in your moisturizer. I think this is more of a traditional tinted moisturizer. In contrast, the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator has much more coverage than the Revolution Super Dewy. It's also touted as a tinted moisturizer, but it has actual coverage. This, not so much. I look gorgeous. Do not get it twisted. I look great. But it is more of the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten for coverage than this. This did have a nice glow. This has much more coverage. So if you're looking for more coverage, I would go Wet n Wild. If you're looking for just a beautiful glow, slightly evening out, this is not bad. I will happily wear this face today. I'm just so glad that you joined me. Thanks for hanging out and doing makeup with me. I think we look cute. We look so cute. Again, thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you liked this video, if you'd give it a thumbs up, that would be fabulous. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more from me, hit the subscribe button, and that way all of my videos go into your YouTube subscription feed. It is completely free, and it really does help out my channel. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you beyond you can't even imagine. But also, if you would, if there's someone in your life who you think you would like this kind of video, share it with them. That'd be great. All right, we're all awake now, except for Tiny. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.